Performing an oil change? Then you need to watch my top 6 tips on performing a professional oil change in today's Mighty Minute. If you work in a busy shop, you know it's not hard to forget to put the new oil back in the engine you just drained the oil out of. So here's a tip to help prevent you from making that potentially costly mistake. Before you even start the job, simply remove the oil fill cap and place it up by the hood latch. This way you can't close the hood, and that will be a reminder for you to check the oil level before you send the vehicle on its way. Tip number 2 is another common mistake to avoid. When removing the old filter, make sure you check the engine mounting flange for the presence of the old filter gasket. It's not uncommon for it to stay behind, and if you try to install a new filter on top of it, it'll prevent the new filter from sealing. Tip number 3 is also related to oil filters. It's important to choose a filter that's up to the task at hand. If you're performing a synthetic oil change, or the vehicle has a service interval of 7,500 miles or more, it's important to use an extended drain filter that's able to keep up with that challenge. Failure to do so could result in the internal bypass valve opening as the filter becomes restricted. And that's just going to allow dirty, unfiltered oil to be passed through to some very expensive engine components. And as with most parts houses, Mighty offers extended drain filter options. Tip number 4 is one shared by a lot of techs. I like to take a permanent marker and put the date and my initials on the new filter casing just to help the next guy know for sure when the filter was last changed. Tip number 5 is critical to maintaining the health of your customer's engine. Use only the oil specified for use in that application by the vehicle manufacturer. This means you'll have to look up not only the viscosity, but any API or ILSAC ratings that may be listed, as well as any OEM specific standards that must be met. While you're at it, make sure that you look for the specifications for fill so that you put the right amount of oil back in the engine when you're done. Never overfill or underfill. And tip number 6 is one that applies to any service or repair you perform. Verify your work. Start the engine up and allow it to run for a few minutes before shutting it down and verifying that the oil level is correct. Take another moment to make sure that there's no sign of leakage, especially around the new filter and of course the oil drain plug. Last but not least, make sure that you reset any maintenance reminders that the vehicle may be equipped with. Then, and only then, is the car ready to be returned to the customer. Thanks for watching.